Today we are going to do lesson 90, surface area of a right solid. So if we have a cylinder shape, we know to find area, we're going to take the area of the base and then we're going to multiply it by the height. Well, to find surface area of that same cylinder, we would need to take the surface area of the circle on top, but we also have one of those circles on bottom. So we're actually going to take this area of both the top and the bottom, and then to find the lateral surface area, we would basically cut this cylinder down the side and stretch it out so then it makes this rectangular shape. So to find the top part of this rectangular shape, it's actually our circumference. And remember, there's two ways to find circumference of a circle. We can either say 2 pi r, 2 times pi times radius, or we can say pi times diameter. Either one of those ways will get you the circumference. So if you know radius, it's easier just to say 2 pi r. And then you're going to multiply that by the height to get what this whole big rectangle would be. So let's look at a couple of these. The first shape that we are going to do is a triangular prism. Now the triangular prism, if we want to find the lateral surface area, we are basically going to cut this down the side like this and then stretch it out, and it's going to be a rectangle. And then we would be left with the two ends that are triangular. But this very first problem actually wants us to find the total surface area. So to find surface area of this, we're going to have to find the triangle for one of the sides. We're going to have to find the triangle again for the other side. And then we are going to have to find what this whole big lateral surface is if we cut it open. So this lateral surface area, we can see that this side is 4, this side is 5, and this side is 3. So therefore we would have a 4 plus 3 plus 5. And then this longer side right here is 16. So this would be 16. So when we add those together, 4 plus 3 plus 5, that is 12. So we would have 12 times 16 to find the area of this lateral surface. 12 times 16 is 192, and this is in meters, so it would be meters squared. Okay, now to find for the triangle, we have 4 times 3 divided by 2, because it is a triangle. So 4 times 3 divided by 2 is 6, and it would be meters squared. We have the same thing on the other side, 4 times 3 divided by 2, and that is also 6 meters squared. So to find the entire surface area of this triangular prism, we're going to add these together. 6 plus 192 is 204, and it would still be meters squared. Okay, now let's look at this next shape. We are going to find just the lateral surface area of this shape. So to be able to find this, we are basically going to cut this down right here and stretch it open, and it is going to be a rectangle. So it's going to look something like this. Now our rectangle is going to be from here to here is 8, and then from here to here is 6, and then from here to here is 8. And then this whole big spot right here is going to be our circumference, but half of the circumference. So it would be 2 pi times 3 divided by 2, or we could just say pi times radius for that semicircle circumference. So that would be 3.14 times 3. And then we are going to multiply this by the height. And in our problem, it says find the lateral surface area of the right solid whose 30 feet high, whose base is the figure shown. So it's 30 feet high. So we're going to take all of that and then we're going to multiply it by 30. So we have 8 plus 6 plus 8 plus 3.14 times 3. And then we're going to multiply all of that by 30. Okay, so 8 plus 6 plus 8 is 22. And then we're going to say plus 3.14 times 3. And then we're going to multiply that by 30. So 22 plus 3 times 3.14 is 31.42. and we're going to take that and we're going to multiply it by 30. And we get 942.6. And since it was in feet, we would have feet squared, because remember, we're just looking for the lateral surface area, so it is just going to be squared, not cubed. All right, great job. Get working on your homework.